Shirts like these are all too often ruined with screen print, but they don't have to be. By the end of this video, we will have shared our step-by-step process that takes this beautiful shirt back to how it should do. So make sure you watch on. And if this video sounds interesting to you, hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss any of our future releases. Shirts like these are steeped in history, classics that remind us of a bygone era. This particular shirt screams Bodo Illgner and West Germany to me, even though it's a different colourway to the one he wore in that match where Germany beat England on penalties. It just looking at it sends me back to being a 10-year-old watching Stuart Pearce miss, I think he hit the crossbar, Chris Waddle skying it over the top, England from Gary Lineker, Gascoigne crying. It just sends me back to being a kid. And although this is a West German shirt, West German template, I don't want to hold that against this because this is a beautiful shirt that needs taking back to what it should look like. Having things like that on these classic Adidas templates is really quite common because in the 80s and 90s, a lot of German non-league teams used them. So they either had their sponsors, this one used to say Hotel Schweinsberg. There you go. Used to have that on it. You have other ones like this beauty that says Christ Regensburg, and this one which was Italia Boys. All of which I dare say were German non-league teams in the 80s and 90s. And like I say, they're relatively readily available on things like eBay. But the problem is with them is that they've been ruined with the sponsors and the team names. And more often than not, what was used on them wasn't standard vinyl or flock. It was something different. It was screen print. We'll be doing a video on how to remove this shortly, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Screen print is effectively just paint that is squeegeed through a template onto shirts. You can do it very quickly, very easily. And whilst it's very easy to get on, it can be an absolute pain to get off. But with the process that we're about to show, it will make life a lot easier. So let's go over there, dive in, start the removal. So first things first, the equipment. What you're gonna need is a shirt that needs fixing, trusty Pyrex that we're gonna put up inside the shirt so we can work on this area here. You're gonna need a toothbrush, not the one you use to brush your teeth, microfiber cloth, one of our fantastic scrapers. Drop us a comment if you want a set, we can sort you out. Some kitchen roll and some of our magic ingredients that I'll tell you about later. So first things first, we're gonna take the magic ingredients, give it a little shake, and we're gonna spray a bit on the inside at the back. You can use the light box to try and get the right place. Let's just spray it there. There we go. Right, now you can see, right, that's, yeah, there you go. I can feel it behind there. So we've got some to the back, and now we're gonna spray some directly on to the front. Now what we're going to do with the toothbrush is we're just going to give it a bit of an agitation. I think my wife's called me that. Mrs. Weefix Kits has called me an agitation before, but this is a different agitation. This is just going to be getting the magic ingredients activated on the paint. We're going to leave it for about 15 minutes. So 15 minutes later, you can see that it's still wet. There's still paint stripper on it. Oops, little sneak there into what the substance is. But you don't want to leave it for too long because you don't want it to dry. You want it to still be wet. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your scraper, like I say, drop us a comment below if you want a set of these and we can sort that out. And then you're going to pull the material a little bit tight and you're going to use the scraper to scrape away. And what you'll see, what we've been using is clear. So if it's white like that, that shows that that's paint coming off. So we're just going to get rid of it. And the whole point here is to do it in manageable chunks. I could have sprayed it all over all of it. The trouble is you're not going to be able to get all of that done before it kind of evaporates. So just do it in manageable chunks and go along taking off and wiping away every couple of seconds the paint as it comes off. Now it's really important that you don't use the scraper too aggressively. You don't want to damage the material. You just want to use the scraper to lift the paint off and instead you're using our magic ingredient to do its job and dissolve the paint, take it back to kind of being a liquid form. The kind of most common mistake that I see when people send me pictures of what they've done is that they've used the scraper too aggressively, and they've used that to force things off rather than using the right solvent for whatever it is they're trying to remove and letting the solvent kind of do its job. So key point here, pull the material tight and use the scraper to lift the paint off. I'm going to go through and do this and then I'll come back. If you've made it this far, it's probably because you're enjoying this video. So if you have, why not hit subscribe? It really helps us, and I'd love to have you as part of our shirt restoring community. So here you can see the paint is really starting to come away. So all I've been doing is using kind of the corner of the scraper just to scrape down, not too hard, pulling the material tight. And you can see this white is just paint. But what will happen is that the magic ingredients will all congeal down at the bottom because you're scraping down. So what you can do, if that happens, is you just get your toothbrush and you just bring it back up to go back over onto it, and then you can carry on. Now, I think we're pretty much done with this first layer. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use our microfiber cloth and we're going to give it a bit of a rub to get rid of any excess, any paint that's gone along the bottom. And you can see here, you see this smear stain, that is almost certainly, well, that is grime that's come out of the shirt. So what we're going to need to do at a later date is get rid of that using spot solve or something similar, but we'll get to that in a minute. So I'm now going to spray a little bit more, give it a little shake, spray a little bit more on there, and give it another 5-6 minutes. So here we are, about 5-6 minutes later. You don't have to leave it quite for so long because there was still some already on there. And we're just going to go back with the scraper and we're just going to very gently, with the corner of it, start moving the paint away. As with a lot of this, it's not really a spectator sport. So I'm going to finish this little bit with the scraping and then I'll come back. So there we go, it's all scraped away and you can see it's looking really good now. You've got that little bit down there of the paint. So like I say, what you can do, if you're running out, if it's drying out, you can use the toothbrush to kind of move that back up. But as you can see, that is now looking pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my microfiber cloth and we'll just give it a wipe over. And there you have it. There used to be B-E-R and now there's nothing there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and finish the rest of the sponsor and then I'll be back. And here we have it, the finished shirt. If you look, there is not even the slightest bit of residue or screen print left on there. That looks fantastic. So what was the magic ingredient? It was this Genolite paint stripper. We've done a video before using this. We found it works really, really well on pretty much all paint name sets or paint smears or anything like that. So get yourself some of that. There'll be a link in the description. Just to recap what we did, we applied some of the paint stripper to the back and the front of the bit that we want to take off. Let it sit there for about 15 minutes or so. Use the magic scraper to scrape it away. Don't go too hard, you don't want to damage the material. Might need a couple of goes, a couple of rounds of doing that. When you've got vast majority of the paint off, use the microfiber cloth to just kind of finish it. And then you're left with a shirt that needs to be washed. Any smear marks that you get from the paint stripper taking grime out of the shirt, make sure you use your spot solve. If you check up there, there's a video linked to the, no, in fact, it's there. The link to the video that shows you how to get the smear marks out and how to use spot solve. Give it a hand wash or put it in the washing machine and you have a finished shirt. So if you've liked this video, then and you have some requests for some of our future videos, then leave a comment down below. Then we'd be more than happy to see if we can do something for you. And like I say, if you have enjoyed this video, please remember to click like and subscribe. It really helps us with the algorithm, and it helps us to promote our channel and keep our community going. And by the way, if you've liked this video, you're going to love these two.